With credit cards, I turned a $1,300 vacation in New Orleans to just $600, basically 50% off, and I'm not using some of the cheapest services. I'm flying on Delta, staying at Four Seasons Hotel, and staying at a Hyatt Centric.
There we go.
And basically how I'm doing this is just using the free certificates that are coming with my credit cards. Let me show you how you use them. So first off, I used the Delta Platinum to get a buy one get one free ticket for main cabin seats. So the ticket to New Orleans would have costed me
$596,
but after using the buy one get one free ticket, it only costed me $347.17. So to get the certificate on the Delta Platinum, you do have to hold the card for at least a year. To use the certificate, all you have to do is log into your Delta account and then go into my account. And then when you go into my account, then you want to find on the side certificates, e-credits, and vouchers. And then when you scroll down a little bit, you'll see your companion certificate. Go ahead and click on that, scroll down and click continue. And then it'll bring you to a specific page. Now you can't access this page straight from the Delta homepage. You do have to go through the certificate first because there is a limited availability compared to the same flights that you could have taken without their certificate. There is a lot less options, but I think there's still a good amount where I'm comfortable booking a flight that I'll be happy with. And there's no upcharge. If you were to book it just using without the companion certificate, it would be just the exact same price. So go ahead and choose whichever flights you want to book. I wanted to book a more early flight. I'm going to be arriving to New Orleans around 3 p.m. And as you see on the right side, the companion certificate did apply to this total, making my two tickets that would have cost me close to $600 only $347.17. Therefore, saving on a flight that I would have booked anyways, $248.83. Pretty good for a card with an annual fee of
$350.
And the rest is pretty self-explanatory. If you're used to booking Delta flights, it's exactly the same as booking a regular Delta flight. And I don't believe that you have to use the Delta Platinum to check out using the companion certificate. You can check out the same as normal. So pretty good savings already by just holding the Delta Platinum card. The second thing that I use to save money on my New Orleans trip is booking through a travel agent. So there are a lot of benefits of booking through a travel agency. So most of the time when you book through a travel agent, it's gonna be really close, if not the same price as if you were to book it yourself. Most of the time, it's really similar to booking direct. You can still use your membership number and attach it to the booking. Like if you had a Marriott or Hilton account, most of the time, depending on the booking that you choose, they'll give you a lot of options as a travel agency. You can still link and earn points on your stay. But the benefit of letting a travel agency book it instead of just booking it yourself is that you do have protections. A lot of times, if you're not satisfied with the hotel, if something's wrong with the hotel, you don't have to be the one that figures it out between yourself and the hotel. You can talk to your travel agent and their job is to make sure that everything turns out right. So a pretty good benefit already by using a travel agent. Personally, for my booking to New Orleans, I wanted to stay at the Four Seasons Hotel. I know, it's a pretty luxurious hotel. However, it wasn't too bad. Most of the hotels in New Orleans were around... You have something to say? I'm sorry. Here. Most of the hotels in New Orleans costed about $200 to $300. The Four Seasons Hotel wasn't too much more expensive. The base rate was $355, so I thought that was pretty good for a Four Seasons hotel. After taxes and fees, it was $414.51. However, I opted to use a travel agent and pay an extra $35 because there was just so much benefit of going through them. So the travel agency that I used was LuxRally, and they booked me a room for $449.37, which, yes, of course, like I said, is $35 more than booking it directly. However, booking through LuxRally, I was able to get a $100 hotel credit, free breakfast for two, which should be about $35 per person, so $70. VIP status, early check-in, late checkout. And what's nice with booking through these travel agencies is that they have an insider for a lot of these hotel brands. So when I was talking to my travel agent, they said they were maybe able to do something special because they do have a relationship with the Four Seasons Hotel, specifically the Four Seasons Hotel in New Orleans. So I'm pretty excited for that. But already, even though I'm paying a little bit of an upcharge, which is pretty normal when booking through these benefit programs, I'm saving at at an effective rate of $135.14 compared to if I was gonna book it directly. And also it's pretty hassle-free, especially since the travel agent handled everything for me. All I did was text them. I said, hey, this is where I want to stay. They gave me some suggestions of some hotels in the area. I asked them which hotels would give me the benefits. I saw that they had the Four Seasons for this price, and it was even cheaper what American Express, the Fine Hotels and Resort program, was charging. So compared to the American Express booking, which would have been exactly the same, I saved $50. But also, I don't know if you know this, but through LuxRally, if you book a hotel that's over $750 a night, you'll gain access to a free concierge service that's like a one-on-one service. So a pretty awesome benefit, especially if you're going to be staying in a place that you're planning on splurging anyways. So where are we at now by just using credit cards and benefits? I think we're saving about $383.97. Pretty good. And then the last method that I used to save money during this New Orleans trip was using my free night certificate on the Hyatt card. So like the Delta Platinum card, you do have to hold the Hyatt card for at least a year to get the free night certificate. You're not going to get it when you just open up the account. But it's a pretty powerful certificate. By just holding the card, you can book a room that is between a Category 1 hotel to a Category 4 hotel. Now, Category 1s are usually on the base. They usually cost maybe about $100, maybe even up to $200, but Category 4 hotels can cost quite a bit. I think one time I was able to book a Category 4 hotel that would have costed me about $600. Now, I'm not going to be saving that much during this trip to New Orleans, but I think it's still a worthwhile amount. So how do you use this free night certificate? So all you have to do is go onto Hyatt.com, basically pretend as if you were booking as normal, except to use the free night certificate, you do want to click on that you want to redeem your points, and then click search. When you searched around and found the hotel that you want to book, so specifically for me, I want to book this Hyatt Centric in the French Quarter in New Orleans, which is a Category 4 that would have costed me either 15,000 Hyatt points or $278. And then you click on view rates, and normally you would see the point price on these kind of rooms, but because you have the free night certificate in your account, which is actually transferable between different Hyatt accounts, so good tip for you to know, on the website it will say free night. And usually these free night certificates are just good on the standard rooms or the double, but definitely they're not good for the suites. Once you choose the room that you want to book, click on select and book. And just in case, it'll give you a bunch of other options. Maybe you didn't want to use your free night certificate for this booking, you can still book using points or points in cash, which is definitely not recommended. Usually points in cash is one of the worst ways to book a Hyatt room. But for my booking, I'm still wanting to go and use my free night certificate. So pretty simple, click on the one that says free night. And then you'll just check out as normal, make sure your credit card information is inputted in, and they're not going to charge your credit card. They just want to make sure that your credit card is on file for incidentals. Make sure to type any request in and then book your stay. And it's literally that simple. And thereby now, not only did we save using the other two methods, we saved another $278, therefore making our total savings rate $661.97. And for what we effectively spent was only $626.54. So basically a more than 50% discount. Pretty powerful stuff. Now I do want to say, like I said with the Delta Platinum card, the Delta Platinum card does cost $350. The Hyatt card also doesn't come for free. It does cost $95. But even still then, with me paying the annual fees for those cards, it would have still came out to a lot cheaper.
$1,071.54
compared to $1,288.51 if I was to book it without credit cards at all. And just to be transparent, if we didn't want to count the Four Seasons benefit of $170, technically with everything considered, it would cost
$1,041.54.
So it's not that much of a savings, but you have to remember these credit cards also have other benefits that justify the annual fees on their cards. Like for example, with the Delta Platinum card, you get the Delta Stays credit, which can cover a hotel up to $150, and you get the $120 Resi credit, which are good for restaurants, and $120 $20 rideshare credit. And of course, you get that companion certificate, the buy one get one free, which already saved us $248.83. And then for the Hyatt card, it's not as many credits as the Delta Platinum card, but the Hyatt card doesn't cost as much. It's $95. And with that $95, we booked a hotel that costed $278. So by just holding credit cards, you can save a lot of money and not even use the credit card at all and just use the benefits that come with the credit card. But yeah, that's how I saved over 50% by just holding credit cards. I hope I see some of you all at the
So yeah, as you can tell, I was hoping to get this video out a lot sooner, but I got busy, and then after the New Orleans trip, I got sick. But it was a great time. I hope to see you all next year in Puerto Rico in November, and I'll see you later.